Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by to Scrap and Craft with Terry. Today we're going to make some trifold envelope pockets with tags. So if you like my video, I just ask that you give me a thumbs up and check out my other ones. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Now I'm just using a legal size envelope. I thought about using the junk mail, but some of it has writing on it and some of them has windows, and I didn't want any of that stuff to show on these, so I just used new ones, and these are just from the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to glue the flap shut. Now I went ahead and did all of my inking because you don't want to watch me ink. And then after we glue this shut, we're just going to trim a little bit off of the edge. So let me grab my scissors out here. So we're just going to trim a little, and then I'll ink across the top again. We're just going to trim a little to open it up. Because these are going to be our pockets. Now what I want to do before I do anything else, well, actually, before you even cut it, you want to figure out your folds. Now I folded it so my opening would be on the left side. You can fold it so your opening is on the right side. You just want to make for sure that in here, hopefully I'm in the camera, in here you have enough space that you're not going to get hung up on the inside flap. So after you figure out your creases, just kind of burnish them down good. Yeah, I have ink on that. Some of it looks a little darker than others. So then after we do that, then, go ahead and glue your flap down, cut off your top, and then inside where the crease is, I just want to put a little bit of glue just to kind of show where the pockets are, and you don't have to go all the way down in. You just want to make for sure that, kind of line them up, make it so it's flat so they don't get wonky in there. Okay. Now, let me go ahead and ink across the top again, and I'm just going to do the lazy way. I'm just going to use the ink pad because I feel like being lazy today. We're getting quite a lot of snow today. Glad I don't have to go out in it too often. What about you guys? Y'all like snow? Okay, now whichever one of these, whichever way you close it will determine your top flap. So then you'll want to decide which excuse me, what pattern or what design you want on the outside. So I have all of my little embellishments with them because I'm going to just embellish as I go. After I glue my stuff on my envelope, then I want to go back through and do my little thumb notches. Hang on a second, let me get my punch. Okay, I generally use my other notch punch, but I think today I'm just going to use my circle punch because I don't want to cut down in them too far. So we're going to go ahead and start gluing this stuff down. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone is doing good. I didn't have a frog in my throat until I sat down here and turned the camera on. Well, now I should have trimmed that off just a little bit, but I'm not going to. I'm going to just leave it like that. Now, for a little phrase at the top, I just put wild at heart. Well, you know, the butterfly's wild. These are not going to be overly decorated, and I don't really think they have to. I'm going to do this one where it's just kind of made out of scraps. And then the other one that I'm going to do, I'm doing it out of a paper pad that matched. And I just wanted to show you, you know, if you don't have a whole bunch of big paper, you don't have to worry about it because you can still do this. So these are all scraps. They're just all cut-offs from other stuff that I've done. So we could call this one like a scrappy trifold. And I think sometimes scrappy is pretty cute. So now I'm just going to add some gems onto him. And that's all I'm going to do on the outside. I'm not going to cut this until I get done on the inside, but I have to trim this paper just a little tiny bit. I had these pre-cut, but sometimes when you start gluing stuff down, then, you know, it seems to come out a different size. But anyways, that's a cute front cover. Now our next one, let me just open this up all the way. I like this one, and I love the butterfly. So we'll go ahead and put this one down. This is a fast project if you want to just put your papers on and embellish it, decorate it and embellish it at a different time. Cutting out all of the stuff and inking everything. Now that took me a little while, but it was fun. Now I didn't want to cover up my butterfly, so I just did like a corner pocket that's angled, and I did green because I looked at all of the different colors, couldn't figure out what I wanted, and there's green in this one, not exactly matching, but that's what I picked. So I'm just gonna glue down the side and across the bottom. And the paper that I'm using on this pocket is actually cardstock. So, you know, I'm just kind of mixing up the papers. And that's what makes it scrappy. Scrappy is fun. I went ahead and did my tags and decorated them, and all I used was, you know, an index card. Love it when I can't think what I want to say. And then I just did a little collage on the front of each one. I just inked around them. I'm not really a good collager, but I figured with 3 little things, and I could probably put something in the center, but, you know, can always do something like that another time. I wouldn't want to put really anything dimensional because you would make the pocket too thick. And I think I'll just trim these off a little bit so they don't go above the envelope. And you know what? I made these and I forgot to make my tags. So after I get done, I'll just have to go off, take a little break, and make me some tags. That made all kinds of good sense, didn't it? All right, now on the center one, I'm just going to use this marbled colored paper, and I just love this. And these are all just free printables. I browse Pinterest a lot. See, now I got that one just a little bit longer, so that goes all the way to the top, hence the name Scrappy. Now on the bottom, I'm just going to put a regular pocket in the center. I'm just going to glue down the 2 sides and across the bottom. And these will just fit nice in a pocket, or you can paper clip them in, whatever you choose. Just gives you extra journaling space, extra space for little notes, anything like that. We like pockets. And then I just did a little collage on that. Had to add a little green in there somewhere, you know, to go with the pocket. Okay. And then on this last one, I just guess I better put the paper down first, huh? I'm getting ahead of myself here. I have a bag of smaller scraps in a drawer, and when I just need some small stuff, I can grab that bag out and look through it and generally find what I need. Sometimes I can't, but generally. All right, so now on this one, I'm just going to do the pocket like I did the first one. Make sure I got it the right way. Now on your pockets, you could always add lace or any kind of trim. I just think it's a cute trifold, just something small, something extra, and I did a collage on that. And we'll turn it to our last page. And decorating them up goes pretty fast. So all you have to do is just slap the paper on and put your decorations on. Seeing how I forgot my pocket, or my tags for my pockets, I might just cut me out some tags and not necessarily saying that I'm going to decorate them today. But then you can see how it is with the tags in it. Now this paper here was just kind of a, not really cream, maybe an almond color, something. And just black print, and I wanted it to match more of the other designs, so I just went over it with my light pink and highlighted it a little bit. And then we're just going to put this pocket on here. And then my little tag almost looks like a mushroom. And then I'll cut these off. Excuse me just a second. Okay, I'm back. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead, take these out, and punch my notches. I had to be off for a few minutes, so I just went ahead and cut my tags out. Now I think I want to cut all the way through on these, but I don't want to cut real deep because I didn't want to cut a lot of that out. So I just want to cut shallow. Figured I'd go ahead and cut my punches out, or cut my punches out, cut my tags out. Otherwise I'd have to stop the video again. And I figured I would go ahead and get them done because I don't want this video to be real long. But I want to do my next set because I think they're going to be cute too. Now that back one we don't have to ink because that's where you'll glue it down at. So I'll put these back in. I don't know what went with where, but I don't really think it matters. We'll just stick them in here like a universal. And then stick that in there. Now for our tags, this is just like card weight, like you make cards out of. They're card bases is what they are. So that's what I used for my tags. Just used my whale tail punch and cut out my tag, or my toppers, my little pulls. So I inked around the tags. I didn't ink around the tabs, but it's fine. If you want to ink around them, you can. So these are just blank, so you can actually fit 2 tags in each one of these pockets if you want to, because they're plenty big enough. And I thought about it for a half a second, and then I thought I won't. But the little tab shows on both sides. So you could have one side decorated and one side for journaling, or you can have both sides decorated. Completely up to you. But I just think that this is just a cute, fun little idea. And I like to make pockets anyway. So there we go. So then you would open it up, and there's that, and there's that, and then there's that part. And I think all I'm gonna do on this one for right now is I'll just close it with a little bit of this twine, this baker's twine. And probably on the other one, I'll just use a paper clip or something. But for now, we can just use this, even if it's temporary. So that is our scrappy envelope pocket. And I think that turned out cute. Now, like I say, on this part, you would glue this into your journal. If you glued 3 sides, you would still have an extra pocket back here. Otherwise, you would just glue this down. Now, if you was going to have something as a closure, a tie closure, you would want to put this on and glue it or tape it, whatever, and then your tie just won't come off. You'll just untie it and open up your pocket. Okay. Now, this is the same. We're just going to go ahead and close this up. And I already have everything inked. All I have to do is just cut my top open. I just wanted to do one that was from a paper pad and one that was a scrappy look, just so you know that you can just do it with scraps if you want. Because not everything has to be done from paper collections. You can use whatever you have. And that's the fun of it. Crafting is supposed to be fun. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, now we're going to start with our front pocket. And you've seen a lot of these papers before because I've used them in other stuff, but I really, really like this paper collection, and I think I need to trim this off just a little tiny bit. Maybe just a little tiny bit more. I probably should do it with my cutter because I don't trim real straight. There, that's better. And then when I try to trim it to make it even, you know, I make it worse. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and glue this down. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do all of my embellishments as I go. So it shouldn't take too long. Hope everyone is enjoying the tape and the project, or the video and the project. Now on this one, we're just going to put this little lady on the front here. I thought about putting her on pop dots, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and glue it down. And I just lightly inked around these. And over here on the bouquet, I'm just going to put a little bit of this baker's twine or string, whatever you might want to call it. And let me turn this over, and I should have been shaking this down. Because, you know, while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to use one of these little pearls on the back of her dress where it's tied in the back and her bow is. And I tied the end of this, I tied little knots so it wouldn't unravel. That would just be like the bow around her bouquet. I'm just going to cut one of these off. Kept trying and trying and trying to think what I could do to embellish this page, and I didn't want to put a lot of different little dots on it, so this is what I come up with, and I think it's kind of cute. You just have to remember, you have to decorate the way you like it, because everybody will decorate the way they like theirs. And I like bling, so it's hard for me to not use bling. And there, that just looks like a little pearl on the back of her dress. I hope you can see that. So that's that page. I didn't measure this to see if I should have cut it shorter, and I should have cut it a little shorter in length, but it'll be okay. And I'm just going to put a little pocket on here. Now let me turn this up and trim this off a little down here. I just don't want to cut my envelope open, then my tag might fall out. When you do these, you can have borders around them. Well, you can have partial borders like I have here. You don't have to have any borders. It's just whatever you want, however you want yours to look. I'm just going to have that like that, and I rounded my top corners, and I'm just going to stick these in, just little journal spots. Now on this one, we're going to have a little notepad. We had a pocket on the last one, so we're going to have a notepad on this one. So this will just be another way that you can do your envelope. I like to change it up. I don't like to just do the same thing all the time. Now I just did some coffee dyed paper. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. These were just scraps. So I just pinked the edges. I used a little of this paper and I pinked that and just stapled them together and wrapped that around the back. And I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac to hold it down because I think it'll hold better. It's a heavier glue. I think probably I'm going to have to fill my bottle. I think it's one of them things, well, I know I should, but, well, I just really don't want to. So I'm just going to put that so it hangs about even in the page. Okay, so there's that one. And then I decided, I was kind of, you know, just throwing the idea around. Did I want 3 different colors in here or designs, you know, in the paper? Or did I want, I need to trim this a little, I think. Did I want, just to make it look even, and making it look even won out. Making it, you know, I liked the same design better. Even though it's from the same paper pad, sometimes I think, and it's my personal opinion, if you get too many different things going together, it doesn't always look right. That's my opinion. I don't know, I guess I have to have stuff coordinate. And you just want to make for sure that you don't go over your score line. You want it to close easily. And then I'm going to do the same pocket as I did over there. So we're going to glue the 3 sides. Hopefully everyone is sticking around to the end to see both of them. And then we just have these 2 little cutouts for, whoops, because the flowers are upside down. These 2 little cutouts for journaling space. And then on our back one, let me just lay these on here to hold that down a little bit. I'm going to put this light color on here. So all of the papers that I've used for the pockets and the backgrounds are all out of the same paper pad. Okay, so there's that. And now on this one, I'm just going to put a tuck pocket on the side. So I'm just going to do the 3 sides, the top and bottom, and down the back. And then we have this and this as little journaling spots for this pocket. And then that's our back. So now I have to cut my, well, I'm going to have to cut that one really shallow. I should have moved that down a little bit, never even give it a thought. Let's see how we do. Yeah, we can cut it real shallow. And then I want to make sure that I don't cut into my pocket here. So just try to keep it to the side of the pocket. And that offsets that just a little tiny bit, but that'll be okay, I think. But maybe I don't like that. Maybe we'll just have to cut into the pocket a little. Yeah, that's all right, because that just cut the edge of it off. And it makes this one look better centered. And that one looks good. Now we just have to do our front one, and I want to make sure I don't cut into her hat. Move all of this stuff out of the way. I like these papers all together. What do you think? I think it looks pretty good. And some of these where more white shows, you know, you can go over it and ink it up more. Yeah, them are in there. So these go here. And these go here. Make sure I have them the right way. And then let me put my pin back in my glue. And then I have my toppers on these tags. So we'll just stick these in here. And I wanted to use the brown on these because of this collection. So the polka dots won out. And I think they make a cute little topper. What are we doing here? So there's that one. And there is that one. So that'll close like that, and that'll close like that. And I just think that's cute. I like her. And then I got these pretty much lined up. Middle one's off a little, but so we have that one. And we have our paper pad and that. Our little back pocket. And you can add more stuff into these. And then I think on this one, I'm just going to see if I can add this paper clip on here. And I can just stick it something like that. So that is our video, everyone. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. And if you like my video, I just ask that you give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I invite you to subscribe. So I hope you come back to see me for my next video. And until then, everyone, happy crafting. Bye for now.